1,000 pieces in 30 days. Can we do it? So I started writing out, okay, I need to make a bunch of stuff. And I was like, man, I was just writing things out and I was like, man, this is like 500 pieces. 500 is about the most I've ever done in a month. So I said, huh, let's make a video about this. And I started writing out some more stuff and I'm like, this is gonna be way more than 500. Then I said, okay, let's just make it 1,000. So I wrote out this list of all the things that I'm gonna make. The road to 1,000 is born. Today is August 1st. Boom. This is us right here. August 1st. Part of the other reason is I do have one show the very end of this month. 29th. I got another pop-up in Winter Park at the Music in the Park. And should be pretty good. The last one I did well. And so the next day, on the 30th, I'm actually leaving town and gonna go visit some family. So I've got 1,000 pieces to make. I've got a show on the last day of the month. And, you know, what could go wrong? No, but seriously, I've made a list. There's a lot that can go wrong. So let's talk about the obstacles here. I need a lot of clay. I don't have anywhere near enough clay to do this. I need to make about 10 glazes. I also need to have life outside of work. The whole point of this year of doing less shows was to be balanced and to be able to just enjoy my life. I need to have a life. I need to have fun. So I'm not going to be able to work every day. I might be going on a 3-day retreat in the middle of this month. That'll set me back. The studio, still a mess. I guess that's the one sense of normalcy that I have. Let's see, other obstacles. Oh yeah, I'm 1 day short. I don't even have a full 30 days. Honestly, I don't really even know if I'm gonna be able to do this. But there are gonna be some things that help me out on this journey. I do have a lot of small items that I need to throw. My ramekins, doing 100 of those. 100 of my spoon rests, sponge holders, small vases. So there is a lot of stuff that I'll be able to do rather quickly, but I'll need to have the glaze, I need to glaze it, and I need to get the material to make the glazes in the clay. So there's still a challenge there. I did the math. I'm gonna need my notes for this one. So 1,000 pieces with an average of 15 minutes of hands-on work per piece makes 15,000 minutes. I did that one in my head. You know, not the dumbest tool in the shed. I don't think it's the saying though. Okay, so anyways, 15,000 minutes is 250 hours. Divided by 4 weeks, that's 62.5 hours a week. Seems like a lot, but especially considering that I said I still need to have days off. So we're gonna see what happens. I'm also ADD, which means I'm very distracted. I mean, this intro has been all over the place. But that's part of this. I need to learn how to focus. When I get to the studio, I get nothing done most days. So I want to be able to come to the studio and just get stuff done. I know what I need to make. So I wrote out this awesome list because now I can just look up there and be like, oh, I need to get to making on that. Let's start at the beginning. A couple days ago I did a live. I was throwing the mugs. It got late. I was going to go to a concert and then come back here and cover all the mugs that I had thrown. Well, the next morning I was thinking what I need to do at the studio today. Realized everything I threw yesterday is wrecked. Came into the studio, tried to save it, it didn't work. Started the morning off today with crushing some of that stuff. So then I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? Gotta make tomato soup out of lemons, am I right? Like, I need to get motivation. I was writing down, okay, how am I gonna approach the next few weeks? And it dawned on me, next month is crazy busy, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buckle down this month and just get it done. I had a raft trip I had to cancel, water's low, it was gonna be no good. So, every good challenge has rules, right? And this one's a good challenge. So, things that I am implementing here. I'm going to be doing videos throughout this whole challenge. This is the intro video, but I'll be doing an update video every week. So expect 4 more of these. I'm also going to be doing reels. Part of this was I'm way behind on my Instagram game, so I'm going to be doing a bunch of shorts for YouTube. I'm going to be making Instagram reels and trying to get back on the old TikTok. So we'll see what happens with all that. So yeah, I'm going to be making 5 of those a week. I'm trying to grow my social media following because, like I alluded to in the live the other day, I'm trying to get back into my online sales again. Okay, rules. Number 1, get the work done. Pretty good rule. Alright, I can hire and I can receive help. So it doesn't have to be just me doing this. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there. because there's no way I can do all this by myself. But I will say I don't have anybody on payroll right now. My wife just helps me out a lot. Thank you, Brittany. She's amazing. All right, I gotta track everything. Like I already mentioned, the 5 reels a week. I'm clocking in and clocking out because I want to see how many hours I actually log in the studio. Today, I didn't really get that much thrown because I just started this idea at lunch and I was like, okay, let's do this. And yeah, so anyways, but I'm clocking everything. I'm keeping track of the hours that I'm at the studio. I'm keeping track of how much clay that I use and how many pieces I throw. You might say it's the same thing. Sometimes they blow up. Yeah, and then I'll have a totals chart where total pieces finished and then total hours at the studio, total pieces thrown, and total pounds of clay. And I broke those up into 4 weeks so that I'll be able to see how much I get done. Right? And the reason that I say pieces thrown is because for this challenge, it doesn't count until it's glazed. So, I have to get everything finished. This one's for the haters. I do have some pieces that are already thrown. I threw a bunch of stuff already last week, and I'm just gonna count it, you know? I mean, it's not a lot of the work, you know? Throwing is not always a huge part of the work. So I have that stuff listed to the side. I'm hoping that I can still make up this ground. There's about 80 pieces that I have that are already thrown. I've got some thumb cups, some mugs, serving bowls, but I have some pieces that I need to like do more on. Like I've got mountain vases that are thrown, but I need to paint and carve. That takes way longer than all the other stuff. I gotta carve the mountain mugs and paint those. That'll take a long time too. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do here in a minute. Oh yeah, and like I said, another rule, I have to have a life outside of this. Started playing pickleball because I needed something to do. Found a cool community up here. So me and Brittany have been playing pickleball 2 to 3 days a week. So I'm gonna keep trying to do that and see if it helps me stay focused to go burn some energy before I get to the studio. But yeah, like I said, I was just feeling a little bit numb, a little bit annoyed with how things were going in life right now. And I was like, you know what, I really need to mix it up. 1,000 pieces in a month is really mixing it up. All right, my SD card filled up, so I'm not really sure how far I got in some of that. Yeah, I mean, my goal for this whole thing is to grow my social media following, to increase sales for online traffic, is to challenge myself, see if I can do it, to not be a quitter because I'm doing something that I think is really impossible. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sneeze though. Whoa. Maybe that was the doubt just leaving my body. Alright, I can do this now, I guess. Alright. So yeah, there's a lot of obstacles that I'm gonna have to overcome for this, but I'm excited. I mean, I haven't done anything on Instagram in a while, so that'll be a lot of fun to get after that again. But yeah, so if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe so that you can watch this journey unfold. I think it's gonna be a good one, and we're gonna see what we learn along the way. But let's get some work done, because the day is moving. I've already thrown a bunch of these mugs here, so we got 25 mugs thrown today, which is 25 pounds of clay. So I guess we're making a dent. 25 down, 975 to go.